Hey guys, welcome to Saturday Morning Shenanigans. Today we're going to be looking at the 8.6 Blackout and comparing it to the 338 Federal. There is some shooting following this segment of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. That'll be comparing the ballistics of the two. The 338 Federal is a gun that I've had for a longer period of time. It was derived from the 308 case, which came from the 300 Savage. The 300 Savage had a sharper shoulder. It was a 30-degree shoulder, similar to the 6.5 Creedmoor, actually. And the 308 actually elongated that shoulder. And the 338 follows that pattern with that 20-degree shoulder. The 6.5 Creedmoor came from a 30 Thompson center. I thought it was from the 308 for the longest time until my buddy Blake corrected me at elk camp. The 8.6 Blackout carries that same 30-degree shoulder, and you can tell that case is a lot shorter. The diameter of the neck has just been drawn out. The 338 versus the 308, same thing. The neck has just been drawn out in a die. That's the only difference between the two. Okay, so let's head to the range. We'll compare the 338 Federal versus the 8.6 Blackout. And I've got a chronograph so we can see some of the velocities at the muzzle and at 100 yards. All right, we've got the chronograph down there at 100 yards. I'm going to be measuring the velocity of the 8.6 and then the 338 Federal and see which one retains speed downrange better. Okay, it looks like we shot about 2.5-inch group at 100 yards. And 988, 971, 994, 981, and 970. Okay, same thing with the 338 Federal. Some 200 grain. See how it does. Well, shoot, I hit the chronograph. Oops. That's not right. 2380 and 2411. Okay, and then there's the group for the 338 Federal, but maybe 2 1/4 inch group. Okay, next I'm gonna shoot at 200 yards over here, and I'm going to see how much both loads drop. Okay, at 200, the 338 Federal put one here and one here, so probably about 4 inches low. And the 8.6 put one here. I don't know if that's 2 holes. I doubt it. But that is pretty much 2 feet of drop between 100 and 200. So that's not great. I was having a hard time believing that 8.6 Blackout was dropping as much as it did. So I did some more testing, and I put a 100-yard target here, made sure that my zero was good, and then I put a 150-yard target up here. Hard to see where that target was, but it dropped 15 inches from 100 to 150. Pretty crazy, huh? Okay, so there we have it. 8.6 is much slower, sort of inaccurate, actually. I wouldn't push this past 150 if I was shooting any sort of game with it. Although it does act like a drill bit with that 1 in 3 twist rate, so it may be a good bear gun, something that you can get a little bit closer, maybe even moose. The 338, much more accurate. That barrel is a little bit longer, so that does allow the bullet to accelerate a little bit more. So it's not a fair comparison between the two, but the 338, much faster, a lot less drop at 200 yards, and that's a good elk cartridge. It's got a lot of knockdown power. I actually did draw a moose tag this year for October, and I am kind of torn between the 8.6 and the 338 as far as which one would be better. The moose here in Colorado, you generally can get pretty close to. So the 8.6 would be a good candidate, but in case I do have to make a 200-yard shot, I'm leaning toward the 338 Federal. Let me know in the comments what you guys think would be a better moose cartridge between the two. Thanks for watching.